Hello everyone. This video I'll be going over my blue base. As you see, the marker right there is blue. It is set up on the eastern rose bed by the red roses. It is here in preparation for when bees are added to the game. Pollen drops from the red flowers. I have a base close by so that we have to trap bees or lure bees or something like that. This base is kind of in position for that. It is my oldest standing base. It is the second base I ever built. My first base I have a video on where I tore it down and moved it to a different spot. This base has been here since I originally built it a long time ago. So I'm going to go over just kind of how I set it up. I will be doing obviously all this in creative mode, and then to include showing the massive tower that's sitting next to it, which was in addition to the base. When zip lines were added, the base was originally just on the first 3 pylons. I've had to expand out to the 4th and 5th just for the tower. So let me switch over to creative mode and we'll get started. Alright, here we are in creative mode, and I have already set up the first little block. I was trying to make sure I had it lined up correctly so that it didn't go off into the yard, or the line of foundations didn't go to the left and veer into the pylons. I had to make sure it went kind of straight, because if you're not paying attention to that, you'll wind up with your wall way out here. Now on the root coming from the tree, you have this little piece that sticks out. It's got a couple dots on it. It's got a couple good landmarks if you're looking to put your base in the exact same spot. If you want to, that's up to you. But these little dots, you can kind of see where I have it sitting right next to that. So next thing you're going to do is you're going to fill in this whole area with foundations. Now you don't have to complete the bottoms unless you want to. The only thing you have to really complete is the top. You have to lay the blueprints, you just don't have to complete the blueprints. So for this, I have, just because I'm trying to get it all lined up perfectly, that's the only reason why these two are here, and now they're being deleted. And it will be a lot taller. I'm just making sure that my line is correct, and it looks like I might be a little close, but we'll see. Actually looks like I'm good, so we'll keep going. So it is 11 sections across as far as the way I have the foundation set up. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. Now I'm going to go ahead and build these all. That's really weird. I'm going to go ahead and build these all the way up, especially these near the end, because they're really tall. And once I get it up to where it's just over the top edge of the pylon, I stop going up, and you just kind of go across. You're going to fill in the whole thing. Now this one weed, I did cut down to get rid of it. And because if you cut it all the way to the mud now, it'll go away for good. I cut it all the way to the mud. I didn't want it being up here and in the way. Plus, this area where I'm standing is the 4th pylon, and I have a bounce web down there for getting up here. I need it to just break and go away already. So I'll leave that there for now. Back to laying out the foundations. Let me get on these so that I can ride them up. Now some of these were a bit tricky to get them to take, because I had to get down there and basically lay these blueprints way down here at the bottom. I actually might have to delete this out just to get those blueprints in, because you're pressing into the pylons. I think I need to do that other one. Can I get on top of that? I don't want that one there, because that is a different level altogether. But we'll get to all that in just a little bit. this one's going to be a bit tricky because I had to lay a bunch of blueprints on the ground and bring it up to this level, but we'll get there in a moment. Okay, that was weird. And same thing. Make sure you fill in this area too, because you could fall in and get stuck and then have to delete stuff, which means you're wasting resources. So I do my best not to have to worry about that kind of stuff. I don't know where the last click went. But and you just bring that to about right there. Oh, that's not good. Now, I am a little intrigued why those are not lining up correctly. So I'm going to go take a look at that. Since all that should have been all in the same line. Where did I miss? Okay. I'm not running all the way back around again. It's creative. I can just do this. Or I could have it launch me in the wrong direction since it's angled the wrong way. You see, it just keeps launching me out. Oh, man. No, I know what it was. This should have been further over. That. So for that one, I'm going to have to basically build up from the ground. So you can lay the blueprints. You don't have to actually build up from the ground. I'm going to do it just because I need the... I want it to look right. I want that right there. Need it to be... Come on. Fine. I have a different way to do it. Either way, I'll get it done. And we'll get this knocked out real quick. Alright, so we're having a little bit of an issue with that right now. But I don't want to use grass or anything right in this gap, because it just won't look right. And see, if I do it like that, it's not gonna line up right. The thing is, I have to bring the blueprints down. So I'm gonna sit here and mess with it for a second. Might have it. Is that? I see it as the wall's not sitting at the top like it's supposed to. There. Now I'm good. Thought it was. But of course it doesn't want to take. That's annoying. That's very annoying. But there's also an unused spot in the base too. I just realized it now. Oh, I have a visitor in my office. My daughter came in. Let's see what she has. Can I help you? No? Okay. Off she goes. So this is the main, the front main area. And then off of that, you have the base kind of hangs out literally in the middle of nowhere. 3, 4. And it's 4 wide by 4 off the edge. Now that can be further. You don't have to do just 4 and 4. That's up to you. It is 100% up to you, as it's your build. But the trick is, the problem with this is tricking the game into letting you build into this, because it doesn't always want to work. Now this is just, builder's preference, how you want to have this look. So I'm just going to put a floor there, because I have to put a set of stairs on top of that. So as much as that bothers me, and it's not how mine is built in my game, it's up to you. If you just want to get it built to get it built, that's the way to go. Right now I'm just setting up the area for storage, for the jerky racks, and for mushroom gardens, because every base of mine has mushroom gardens. Whether they need it or not, because even though I don't use the things, they get one. Alright, so we're going to go up. So you see I've already kind of laid out the main area. You come in, there's going to be spinning wheels. Where are they? Right here. About 5 or so. Now, these are expensive, because when I say expensive, acorn shells, if you're like me and have a lot of boxes, acorn shells are very rare. But if you don't have a lot of boxes and you have a box full of acorn shells, go for it. Now I'm going to build the set of stairs that takes me up to the 2nd level. I sworn my base extended out 1 more section. And it might. It just it doesn't want to, because reasons. Throw some grass floor down. Tear out that wall. Try to put it in correctly. Game just will not make it drop into that hole. So there is a wall right there. There's not just a hole, but because it's being funny. I have noticed that between creative and the real game, like the live game, it doesn't always want to work. No, I'm not. Those aren't missing. Those grass floors down there are actually where they need to be. And this is like the bed area. It actually is, the bed goes right here. I leave the front part open, which is actually functional for the getting to the pallet storage, which the pallet storage is over here. That's letting me make that wider than normal. So we'll go with it. Kind of take what the game gives you. Except the game doesn't want to give me that. Now for this, I mean, if you have to lay blueprints, lay your blueprints. That way you can get those stuff built. then if you're like me and you hate the look of the bottom, can't stand the bottom of the looks of the foundations. Now, I will say, if you are trying to build any of the builds that I have posted and they're not coming out just right, don't get frustrated. That's just how the game is. The game can be very iffy when it wants to let you build a certain way. No two builds are ever going to look the same. I've noticed that too. Just because spacing and having everything oriented to the exact right same spot, it's not always as easy as you think. No, gotta have lights by your storage. Now for this storage, I sunk the walls down like that. I have no real reason why I did that. I just did it. That one's backwards. Oh, one of them got stuck down the side, but oh well. Also, too, this gives you easy access to the roof, which, if bees are attracted to the nectar, the pollen, when we make bee lures with the pollen, that's going to be your easy way to get up there. Because that's where if we have bee lures, that's where they're going, is on top of that base. Since we're right next to the flower bed that drops pollen. And then, just a simple little setup. Now, as I've done with every storage system, when I'm stacking pallets, I always put these up. I may not have actually done it in this base, because that's how old this base is. It was something I hadn't started doing yet. That way you can kind of make sure that everything is lined up pretty. And I always do the ones on the ends first, that way I can split the difference. But my blue base in game, because this is blue base, this is only 2. I only have a room up here for 2, so I made it a little bit wider. I mean, if you can, take advantage of it, and if you want to, go for it. If not, it's okay. It's all good. In here, like I said, is the bed area. You can decorate it however you want. Put some armor dummies, put some boxes. I have a couple boxes up here for food, healing stuff, more important boxes. They come up here. I have 5 of them across this wall. The reason I don't have any more than that is because as soon as I find the door, when you put this door up with the hinges towards this side over here, I don't want the door to hit them. I also have chairs and a table here, all decorative, no, real use. Obviously, you can do however you want. It's your base. And then this area, because for some reason I thought it was a great idea to constantly use more expensive railing. I see mine is one section wider, but I also spent a lot of time bringing blueprints up to expand this out that way. Let me see if I can do that, though. I know I've been working on it. I also need to move the this over there. All this stuff needs to move. Stuff. Not in creative anyway. Regular game, I need that all the time. Not here. And of course, bounce webs are making quick, easy way to get up. If you're not wanting to do stairs. So another option too is, I'm just going to do this fast, is to throw out some floors. I don't like the way they look, but for the purpose of time and not making this video drag on, I'm just going to put those floors down for now. So that is, now there will be lots of lights and such. Speaking of lights. And in here, I have lots of storage options. Like I said, there wouldn't be a hole right there, but for whatever reason, the game's not letting me place the wall there that needs to go there. It'll let me place it on an angle, but not straight into it. Even though in my actual game, it let me do it, but whatever. I'm not that worried about it. So down here in this bottom area, where I have... Turn that around. I also have some jerky racks along the wall. That's not a jerky rack. Now the thing is, with the jerky racks, you have to place them first before you place these shelves above it. And these are shelves, even though it is an actual grass plank floor, it is box storage shelving. And it would be a good idea before you put these in too, to put if you're going to put lights on the walls, put the lights on the walls first, and then put your jerky racks in. Or else you won't be able to get back there to put jerky racks in. And it'll be really dark down here all the time at night. I'm gonna head up to that bed real quick. We'll sleep and we'll finish this up in the next day in game. I just gotta wait for the rest of the time real quick, and we'll knock this out. But this base is here for, like I said, when the bees show up, which I believe will be a future update. Excuse me, a very near future update at that. Not just a future update, but a near future update. And we get pollen out of the ground right next to them. So. Alright, so now I got my jerky racks in place. In my game, I have lights, all on the wall behind them. Then I decided I needed more space for storage. So I was trying to put it all up in the room above me. That wasn't working the way I wanted. So I was like, nope, screw that. So up along here, I have boxes for days. I still don't have enough. I always recommend turning your boxes sideways. A bit more. And you literally go all the way around the room like this. I'm only going to do a few, but that would wrap all the way around. All the way around this way, and even have one tucked around the corner. And that's how you do your box storage in this area. And then, like I said, every base has at least a few of these. If anything, they're used to make the healing smoothies, the smoothie question marks, which are really good for healing. And of course, since they're made from, I use those for smoothies, smoothie maker right next to them. And then I like to take the shortcut sometimes. So I have one of those right there. So when if I'm trying to fill my pallets, I use the bounce web to get up there pretty quickly. This area is for water, and if you watch any of my base tour videos, you know that I have my setup like so. And that way I can go in between the two if I choose. And of course, there's always, because we did have that one point in the game where the game stopped giving us water, I don't take the chance. I always have extra water. Now, moving on to down here for the transition between the two areas. So luckily that is right there, so I can build off of, kind of mark off of it, so I go in the same general design direction, not design. and typically just 3 wide. If that one will take. If it won't take, which could be a problem. If it won't take, that's fine. I will literally just put a grass floor in. I don't really care. And you'll notice that I also have, that way, because this is actually not quite so close. I got tired of moving it, so I've just built the floor out to meet it. That way if I'm coming in, I have something to land on. Now, this side over here, right in the center, you see I have it lined up. This is my transition towards the tower. So I'm going to have a set of stairs, which should link up perfectly to the top. And then another set of stairs right over here. Now I do the stairs first so that I can have a, oops, way too far, a spot for where to mark these. These need to be at least 3 wide and 2 deep. I think mine's a little bit wider than that, but that's fine. It needs to be at least that big. So this one actually here is not necessary, because in this section is where I put the bounce web tower. My zipline tower, in other words. Like I said, I'm only going to do the first 3 levels. I'm not going to go any further than that. I have a video explaining bounce web towers and my designs. I'll link that in the description below. And then bounce web. I prefer bounce web towers over stairs. And you would have floor right here where I just kind of I missed the landing. One floor piece, 2 floor, what is it? Triangle floors. And then you just continue that up as high as you need. If you saw in the beginning of the video, my tower is 20-something stories or 30-something stories, I don't remember. But that is basically how I built my blue base. And it is my oldest base, like I said. And it's just waiting for when they add bees, and if pollen gives us the ability to make bee lures, I can either just put them right here on top, or I can throw extra floors onto this and expand in any direction. But if you guys like the content you see here and would like to see more of this, make sure to hit the like and subscribe button. I do stream here on the YouTube channel pretty much every afternoon by 3:30 Mountain Time. But until the next video or the next stream, y'all have a good one.